On mobile wallets of subscribers are still lodged at the various banks, even though the new regulations empower telecom companies to operate the service. That is to say, the telcos can open different accounts with different banks for this. According to the Bank of Ghana, the interest to be paid on mobile wallet deposits ranges between 1.5% and 7%. The telecom companies have generally welcomed it as fair. The director of mobile at Tigo Tara Square has been explaining.
The conversation on interest happened, it's a three-way conversation between banks, telcos, and the central government, basically to decide what's fair interest to pay to customers based on the nature of the funds, how they sit, how long they sit. Our job here as a channel, which is what we are, is to ensure that customers for using our channel receive the interest that banks have calculated, accrued, and paid. I mean, today, what do you think the average interest rate on savings accounts is in Ghana? It's probably 5 to 6%. I mean, you're talking about mobile wallets that do not hold the same type of deposits that the size that sits in that sits within the banks, right? And therefore, I think it's a fair rate for you to earn 7%. Look, the only interest rates that are negotiated that go to treasury bill rate and above are, you're talking fixed deposits, you're talking huge sums of amount where the depositor sits down with the bank and negotiates. But for most of our current and savings account, you get probably anywhere between 3 to 5%. So I think 7% is a fair deal.
The interest is to be computed daily, but aggregated and paid to subscribers every 3 months. Southern Zonal Manager for GN Bank, Kofi Fosu, explains this will be done after discussions between telcos and respective banks that keep custody of the funds.
You know, the money, the banks are not going to have the individual telcos customers account. No, we can't manage that. So we are not going to manage micro individual accounts. We are managing the telcos account. And therefore we agree, for instance, if you have 10 million in your account, if you are getting, say, 10-15% on the 10 million, if you move your deposit to, say, 20-50 million, we can top it up to about 80. That goes to the telcos. Then the telcos also determines how much they will offer to their customers who have wallets. For instance, 10 cities, 20 cities, it's up to the telcos. They can do it better. We don't go to that level. We will be at the level of the telcos. The telcos can also graduate the level of their interest. For instance, if you have 50 Ghana in your wallet, you qualify for 2%. If you have 300 Ghana, it will be 5%. If you have 1,000 Ghana, maybe 10%. They can also do that range for customers.
The head of Vodafone Cash, Martison Obeng Ejay, also explains how telcos will extend the final payments to subscribers.
Now, what happens is that because the money is kept with the banks are the ones who are actually doing the calculation. And all this is a matrix that's been determined together with us and the Bank of Ghana, who is the regulator for both us and the banks. So the arrangement is made. What happens is that for every customer on a daily basis, your daily balance, whatever you left on your phone by the close of the day, is kept in the bank. And so the bank will calculate an interest on that amount, and that amount is divided by what everybody else has kept. Like so you know, it's a big pool. So it's what everybody has against what you had, and it's calculated on a daily basis, divided by a certain amount, and then the average is struck, and everybody gets a payment for what they have kept on their phone for the period. And this includes agents. So the calculation is done and validated, and between us, the banks, and the Bank of Ghana, we know the calculation metrics agreed, and then the bank will pay the money into an operational account that we, the telcos, control. Remember, the float account is with the bank, and then the operational account is with the bank, but for the telcos. And then because we know the metrics and we have the individual balances and what they have to get, we now go ahead and pay the customers from that float account.
Subscribers are to receive 80% of the interest that accrues every 3 months, whilst the remaining 20% goes to the telcos. Edmond Bewa is the head of corporate sales, Airtel Money.
The central bank has given indication on when payments are supposed to be made. Payments are being made in 2 tranches. The first tranche will cover the first quarter of the year, which is January to March, and the second payment will cover the second quarter of the year. Now, the first payment is expected to be made on 11th of this month, and the second tranche will be made on 18th of this month. The central bank has given guidelines as to how much the banks are required to pay to the telcos, and of course, we would in turn make those payments to our customers. The central bank expects that payments will be made between 1.5 to 7% of the floats that is being held in the trust, and at least 80% of that will be passed on to customers.
But how can beneficiary subscribers access the funds on their mobile phones?
The mode of payment will be through your Airtel Money account. So for every Airtel Money subscriber, you will receive an SMS notification indicating the payment that has been made to you. And of course, we will spell out how much you have received, over what period, and how much you have received, for what purpose, and over what period that interest covers.
So we'll credit your wallet and send you a message to let you know that this money that's been credited to you, it represents interest accrued over this period. For banks, to us, it's the same. We've got account-to-account relationship with our banks. So interest that is accrued to customers has been calculated, verified by Bank of Ghana, ourselves, the banks, and therefore that passes on to us, and then we make the payments to the customers.
And want more interest on your mobile cash? Well, banks like the Bank of the Year, Fidelity, have some suggestions. William Durban is the Director for Inclusive Banking and Corporate Social Responsibility at Fidelity Bank.
What we are doing as Fidelity Bank is we are actually linking our accounts to the mobile money. So if you have a mobile money and you want to link it to a bank account to earn extra income, extra interest, you can do that. And I think that is a clever way of getting around the issue so that people don't worry about the interests that we are talking about, because the amounts that are sitting on mobile money are small per individual. Maybe it's 100 cedis, 200 cedis. You work the interest rate on that over a year, and then it's really, really small. So I think that's not the area where we should be worried too much about. It's about how we can, as you always say, as we can collaborate, we can link our products together and provide better value to the customers.
Meanwhile, some mobile cash subscribers have also been sharing their thoughts on the interest payments.
Wow, I like that. I think that's a good decision. If it's about interest, if I have money on my phone and they are going to give interest, then I think I will go for that. I would prefer if they can add more even to it.
Oh, that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. The mobile money wallet is like taking the place of the bank. It's easy for me to access just any shop at any time. By 7 o'clock, I can just pay in my money. Maybe if I do one transaction in a day, or maybe I get some freebies money from where I can easily deposit that. And if that can sit for a while and can generate interest, it's taking the place of the bank.
It will help, even though sometimes it's not all that true. They always say it, but we believe and hope that it will be true. Oh, to me it's okay. Since per annum it's small, but what do you do? It's better than none.
Statistics from the Bank of Ghana indicate total interest accruing on the float as at June 2016 was almost 15.2 million Ghana cedi. Mobile cash subscribers are entitled to at least 12.
Here's trade one. I'm going to circle it. I press call, then I go down and press start. And then third, I confirm it and the trade is on. And all I'm saying is starting at 0, I'm going to be above or below in this. And as you can see, I put $10 on the line and I'll get a payout of $17. Trade number 2, same thing, Euro Japan. Confirmation up, I put $20 on the line. Down below you'll see the payout is 30. But we'll do this really quickly, and here's the third trade coming up. I put a confirmation, it's a Euro Japan. I said, look, I'm going to put it. It's going down, it's going to end up below where I started. $20, I got a payout of $34.